It's 24 days and counting until we all head to the polls for the midterm elections. You know, President Trump beating the drum for Republicans. Later today, he will hold a rally going off to Kentucky for tonight. That follows the event last night that he held in Ohio. Doug McCoy joins us live. He's at the campus of Eastern Kentucky University, where he expects some big doings later on as the president arrives there this afternoon. Hey, Doug.
That's right, Eric. And doors just opened here at Alumni Coliseum at Eastern Kentucky University, and you can begin to see this huge stream of people making their way into the Coliseum. They've been waiting since early this morning. The president tweeting about his imminent arrival here, quote, heading to the great state of Kentucky, big rally for Congressman Andy Barr, fantastic guy. Need his vote for MAGA, strong on crime, tax cuts, military, vets, and Second Amendment. Indeed, Barr is engaged in a really tough political fight against a political newcomer, Amy McGrath, a Democrat and a former Marine Corps fighter pilot. The most recent poll was not all that recent, taken in early September by the New York Times and Siena College, which has Barr up by only 1 percentage point. But that was before the so-called Kavanaugh bounce and a string of other successes by President Trump, including the return of Pastor Brunson, which we've been watching this afternoon, the Mexico-Canada trade deal, and new unemployment figures, and a lot more. There's kind of a contagion effect, a positive contagion effect trickling down from President Trump. Case in point, Mitch McConnell. 2 years ago, he said, as Donald Trump was a candidate, if he wins the nomination, we're going to drop him like a hot rock. Well, fast forward 2 years to today. In an exclusive interview with the Washington Examiner yesterday, McConnell said, and I quote, "This Congress has been the best 2 years of my time here." No small statement, given the fact that he's been a sitting senator since the year 1985. The Trump winning effect may secure the Senate now for Republicans, and some say it's diminishing the blue wave in the House. A few analysts say that the Republicans may indeed hold on to the House. Here's Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin speaking about the president's imminent arrival here in Kentucky.
It's going to be an overwhelmingly open arms. You teased it at the front end as being like a rock star, and I tell you, the way in which he will pack out, the way in which there will be people waiting to get in line who won't even be able to get tickets, is indicative of that type of a reception. He is very popular in Kentucky and throughout much of America, for that matter, despite what you read about in some of the larger papers and editorial boards in this country.
And a contributing factor to Trump's success may be Democratic overreach. Brett Stevens in the New York Times writing today that Democrats are blowing it again. Liberals have become Trump's unwitting allies. All that with their overreach. The president's set to arrive here and speak here 7 p.m. tonight. Back to you.
All right, just a few hours from now, we'll be showing some of that here in the Fox News channel. Thank you, Doug. Well, joining us for more of what we can expect when the president speaks at that rally in Kentucky, we're joined by Michael Miola. He's in Phoenix, Arizona, a conservative activist, financial expert, and small business owner. And here in New York, Nathan Rubin, Democratic strategist and founder of Millennial Politics. Welcome to you both. Michael, let me start with you. Are the rallies like this, like the one in Kentucky that will be held tonight? It's a close race between Andy Barr and Amy McGrath. Could that be enough to tip the balance?
I think that it will be more than enough to tip the balance. As a matter of fact, I don't think it's going to be a close race at all. When you look at people from Kentucky, they are in the coal industry, and the president is putting them back to work. They are in the farming industry, and the president is fighting for farmers. And Kentucky is horse country, and Andy is on the horse caucus of the Congress. These are the things that people look for. I don't think it's going to be a close race at all.
Yeah, I never knew there was a horse caucus in the Congress. I guess they have something for everything. I mean, Nathan, do you agree?
I do not agree. I think, first and foremost, the fact that President Trump and others in his administration are out campaigning in historically red districts and red areas like Kentucky show that they think there might actually be a blue wave this November, and they're aware of that fact. That's why they're going to areas like this, and this race is so close. Amy McGrath is a veteran. She is not too dissimilar from other candidates running all across the country. So I think while the Kavanaugh bump may have actually helped Republicans in the Senate, I'm not so sure it's really going to close the deal for them in the House. There are a lot of races that are very close, and the American people are going to have their voice heard in November.
Yeah, Nathan, you hit on something that Democrats have struck, hope they strike gold with, and that is they've recruited a lot of women, more moderate, not way out there on the left. And veterans. Amy McGrath, as you point out, she happens to be the first female Marine fighter pilot to fly an F-18 in combat. So do you think the Democrats have a winning message with them having recruited candidates like that?
Absolutely, and I think, to your point, these types of candidates fit the districts that they're running in. Like you said, Democrats are not running super left candidates in relatively conservative districts. They're finding candidates that are leaders in their communities, and there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of activism, and they are raising a lot of money.
And Michael, we'll get your reaction to that in just a second, but speaking of money, we got to raise some here to pay the bills and keep the lights on. We'll be right back, and I'll ask you your reaction to the type of candidates the Democrats are putting up on the playing field. Michael, we'll be right back.
Thank you.